Okay. All right, Beyond, you can go ahead.
All right. Colum Shelby sang the book So Good They Can't Ignore You by Cal Newport.
Okay.
All right, go ahead.
All right. So I added a quick biography for the author, Carl Newport. So it's not on the what Stuart has, so I'll just read it over. So his real name is Calvin C. Newport. Was born in Pennington, New Jersey. He graduated from Hopewell Valley Central High School in 2022 and went on to complete his undergraduate studies at Dartmouth College in 2004. So he earned a PhD in computer science, and where he studied under Nancy Lynch. So he was a postdoctoral associate in MIT Computer Science Department from 2009 to 2011. So in writing, Calvin Newport is an author of 8 books, and including Deep Work Rules for Focus Success in a Distracted World, Digital Minimalist Focus, Choosing a Focused Life in a Noisy World. His work emphasized the importance of focus, meaningful work in an increasingly distracted digital age. So Newport ideas challenge the conventional wisdom surrounding productivity, advocating for a more intentional approach to work and life. Okay. So here you can scroll down to the next page. So his work emphasis on the passion of work, right? So the book begin by challenging the conventional wisdom of following your passion, and uh, the author advised that the passion hypothesis is dangerous. Eh, So he showed two key reasons why it is dangerous. First is that passion are rare. Most people's passion are not directly related to their career option. If you are passionate about fishing, it doesn't automatically translate to a fulfilling career. If you are passionate to football, you know, it doesn't mean uh, you will be uh, the best or a greater football player, right? So passion are earned. True passion for a job is not something you discover. It is something you cultivate over time. And most passionate people are those who have put into the work to becoming exceptional at what they do. So he suggests or proposed the alternative way of career, which is the craftsman mindset. Then he
So
compared.
should I need to go to the next page because we're not on your page? Uh-huh.
You see,
So should I ask Sheila to go to the next page?
that's true.
Mm-hmm.
So
You can
the
see it,
next,
right?
yes. So
Okay.
now we are going to talk about the craftsman mindset versus the mindset. So the two path to fulfilling career. So Carl contrasts the two fundamental approaches to work. So the passion mindset focus on what the job can give you. Ask, what am I getting out of this? Is this work fulfilling me? This mindset often leads to constant job hopping as each new role fail to live up to an idealized expectation. It fosters a feeling of entitlement and disappointment. Versus the craftsman mindset, this one focus on what you can offer to the job, right? Ask yourself, what can I get? What can I get better at what I do? How can I get better at what I do? How much value can I create? Are you moving along? Yes, sure. Ah, how much value can I create? This mindset focuses on improving your skill and consistently producing high quality work. It is the foundation of for a sustainable, satisfying career. The goal of craftsman mindset is to build a career capital. So rule number one to build a career capital. So, the power of career capital. What are rare and valuable skills? So, you got to ask yourself that question. Career capital is a collection of skills you possess that are both rare and valuable in your chosen field. Like I don't know if you decided to do welding, and that career is already full of people who do welding because it's easy and accessible to many people. When you get to that field, you are not gonna uh, fully it's not gonna pay your bills because there are so many people doing the same job that the labor is so cheap. So that's one example. They are not just any skill, they are skills that are in high demand and difficult to replicate. Okay. Think of it like a professional athlete skill set or a master chef unique cooking ability. The more career capital you accumulate, the more leverage you have in your career. So even whatever you graduate in, there are some other branches on your career that you can go in and learn more to set yourself apart from the other people so you can have more skill and be more in demand. So, how to acquire career capital? Sure, are you following me? Am I going to? Yeah, you are right there. Uh, uh-oh. Go up a little bit more. I think. Yeah. Rule number one, we talk about how to acquire career capital, right? So, career capital is built through deliberate practice. This is the focused effort to improve your a skill by constantly pushing yourself to the edge of your abilities, receiving feedback and making correction. By becoming so good that you are indispensable. Okay? You gain the power to shape your career in a way that truly matters to you. Rule number two is that you are so good they cannot ignore you. Deliberate practice in action. This rule is the central thesis of the book and the primary method for building career capital. Deliberate practice has three main components, right? The focus in attention, you concentrate intently on the task at hand. Yeah, free from distraction, right? The second one is pushing past your comfort zone. You must regularly practice your skill that are just beyond your current ability. This is where real growth happens. And then the third one is receiving and acting on feedback. So you measure what you are doing by performance and identify area of improvements. This could be from a mentor feedback, a coach feedback, or a clear set of metric that is measured. Rule number 3 and 4. Okay. Rule number 3 is a control. Go down a little bit more, sure. So rule number 3, control the freedom to work how you want, right? So control over your work is a key trait of highly satisfying job. You must gain control gradually and avoid taking on too much too soon, which can lead to a failure. By having valuable skills, you can negotiate for things like flexible hours, remote work, or creative autonomy. And the fourth one is a mission, which making an impact. A mission is an overarching theme that gives purpose to your work. A compelling mission is not something you find, but something you build on. You build on the foundation of your career capital. So by understanding your field deeply, you can identify opportunities to make a unique and valuable contribution. This mission-driven work is the ultimate source of passion. Okay. And in conclusion, the author said, finding a great career is not about following pre-existing passion. Instead, it's about building one by adopting the craftsman mindset, building career capital, leverage the capital to gain more control over your life and work, and finally find a mission that gives your work purpose and makes it truly feel fulfilling, right? In short, great job isn't something you find, it's something you build by becoming so good that people can ignore you. And that's the end of my presentation.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Thank you, Tata Color. Good job.
Thank you.
Good.
Thank you.
Okay.
Mhm.
I'll go. I'll go first.
All right.
Go ahead.
First, I want to thank Kalum for the great presentation.
Mm-hmm.
I learned from the book is how to make work you love. You have to build a career capital by gaining an understanding of a rare and valuable skill, or many of them, and being so wildly good at them that you get paid for it, and then cash in the capital for traits that define compelling careers.
Cool.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you, Bia.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, who's next?
So by reading this book, what came to my mind is like I know like I mean I love teaching, right? And that's one thing I passionate about is teaching people, showing people what to do and how to do stuff. However, if I have to go to teaching career, will that pay as much as what I'm doing now? It's a question, right? So when I weigh both, I kind of feel like, well, my passion is teaching, but what I can build capital on what I'm doing right now. So I don't know if it's a good analogy, but that's the one thing I want to add.
So I'd like to comment what you just say. And the question to that, if it will pay or not, the answer is within you, right? Because everyone doesn't value uh, material, possession, money, the same way, right? Some people pick the vocation to not be rich, right? If we take the Elamites, the priests, and they just live remote and they try to find what they can eat. So some people will not take money at the front center of their life goal, right? And they feel like we are just here temporary. No matter how much you get, it doesn't belong to you, right? And they will prefer they want to become a singer their whole life, and they're ready to sleep in people's garage, and they're happy with that. So to answer the your question is, the answer is within each of us of what is value, right? What we want. Because you see some people, they might have potential to do greater stuff, but they just pick like they like it and they want to be a school teacher. And instead of making 100 a year, they're willing to make 37,000 a year, and they're happy playing with the kid. But some other people cannot do that. It's just a call, right? I don't know if just my comment for what you say. So it's a question of call of what one's want and the other don't want. And I'll come back to it because I have a guy in my work and he's doing something I cannot understand, but he keep doing it.
Okay.
So
Thank you.
yeah, I'll stop there.
Yeah, thank
Glenda.
you.
Thank
Mhm.
That's
you. Yeah.
that's a good comment. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good comment about what she said.
Yeah.
Whoever.
Okay, Beyond, if you let me, I'll go.
All right, go ahead.
Thank you. Thank you, Tata Colom, for the wonderful presentation
You're
and the
welcome.
summary. Um, the book really, when you go to school or when I was little, people ask me, oh, what you want to be. It's never about, you know, really what you, it's more about the imagination than really what you really good at or what you find to be really your craftsman's art or something that you enjoy. It's not till really you know the thing and you master it that you can call it a passion or you can call it something that you really enjoy. And really, one's job may not be our passion, really. Me, if I bring it to my case, I love being a nurse. But really, when I'm with a patient, I enjoy more of the interaction than doing all the nursing assessment or this and that. I really just enjoy being with the person and talking about, even their life, getting to know them. That sometimes takes over, really doing my job, when it comes to the assessment, getting to what really, or talking to people on the phone about certain topic. I just really like to know the person, especially when I'm doing a visit, face-to-face visit. I'm more interested about their life than the medical aspect of things. So to me, is sometimes it's a messed up, but like the book said, it takes time to really find one's passion. It may be behind really what we're doing, or it may not be there at all, and we have to, find that on our own. It may be something that we're doing on the side. So to me, that's what it really shows me when it comes to my own life, and it's never too late, and you never discover your true passion till you are dead, because everything is possible. As human being, we keep evolving. um you don't know what you may be interested in, or what you may discover that you will have the best talent in, that you never imagined. So it's so important to keep that creativity alive and know that it's not done till we take our last breath. So that's my takeaway a little bit. Thank you.
Thank
Thank you.
you.
Uh,
Thank you.
Yeah, that's
Thank
deeper.
you very much.
That's deeper. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I want to go ahead quickly.
All right, go ahead.
Th- thank you, Sister Colomb, for the presentation, and thank you for the whole group by forcing us to read things that might not be read by us if we are not in this club.
Yeah.
Why? Because the title, first of all, is a little bit weird, and what he developed into the book as well, it seemed like it's not the majority. Why? Because a lot of people tend to go for the passion, especially if they are in this part of the world. Oh, that's my passion to be a socio, or to do a philosophy, or to do balleria. Even though that some of them might not get their bill paid, they want to go in. And I do appreciate that we who come from different part of the world, we don't have that option most of the time. Your dad say you have to be a doctor, you will be doctor. You will get that knowledge by being, because he said that just focus into what you are doing until you get the
The
passion
passion, the
in that.
mastery. So
So the,
the,
I can
I can
hear my
hear my
voice.
voice.
Yeah.
There is an echo somewhere.
Yeah.
It's better
So
now.
yeah, it's better now. So what I compare this philosophy to is in French we have a saying that the appetite comes when you are eating.
Right.
So you start getting eating and then you have the appetite is what I notice. He's totally right. And also that is what we encounter in Indian wedding.
Mhm.
Indian, you don't know who you go. Oh, this is my love. This is my dream sweetheart. It's not the case there. You don't know who your mom is negotiating for you. She just gets you a girl or a husband, and then you married, and then the love will come later. It's not the love before. So all this will make us to believe that it might be true, but I feel like it's going to be difficult to sell in everywhere, every part. And because it seemed like the example that he gave is just his example. He didn't go to history example. It's just few example to convince the reader.
Mhm.
So I feel like critical can come and say that it might just be in your word. Maybe 20% of the whole world might be following that principle, but it might not be sellable everywhere. Is what I feel when I was reading the book. And thank you again for everyone to contribute and chip in. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Nasi.
Thank you, Aaron. Mm. Yeah,
Thank you.
that's good. Thank you.
All right.
All right,
Who's
who's
next?
next?
I guess I'll hop in really quickly. Um, I think this entire discussion really hinges like the way a person would interpret this book. It hinges purely, not purely, but I think a large portion on how much money they grew up with, right? Because whenever I like throughout my entire life, literally from like elementary school all the way through now, I've always thought of work as like a means to an end, right? My logic was always, at best, I will tolerate my work, right? So let's pick the thing that makes the most money, or that makes the most money relative to how much I enjoy it, right? So for me personally, my passions are just like relaxing, in all honesty, right? And my passions won't make me a lot of money, so I should make my work make me a lot of money. And I can see the approach that the author has, specifically in how like he turns work into a craft, right? And I do think that that can be like the ideas that the author is pushing about like work being a craft. I think a lot of it can be done without it being a passion, right? Because I think generally a lot of the people who are like best in their field, at the end of the day, they acknowledge that it is work, right? And they don't let it consume them, right? Because we know like the stereotype of like, oh, a person who answers calls at all random times of day, even though they decide they should be home for the day, right? Um, I think for me, I've generally tried to avoid the passion, like making work into my passion, quote unquote, so that it doesn't seep into the other things I do, right? Like for me, I leave the work computer at work. I could take it home, right? I remember like one of my coworkers asked me like, "Oh, why don't you just take your work computer home in case you need to do something?" And I'm like, "Work is at work, home is at home, right?" So I'd like that. I want to thank my mom for the presentation. I really like the idea of like developing your craft, but I also think for me like having that hard divide is really important, especially with how work can seep into our homes nowadays, right? So that's really all from me. I hope everyone has a good night, and again, thank you for the presentation.
Thank you.
Thank
Yeah,
you,
thank you.
Okay.
Anyone else?
Yeah, I could also contribute, you know, but thank you, Tata Colom, first of all, for the presentation. And I didn't struggle with the book though. I got what he said right from the beginning, and the reason why was because I used to struggle, or I have been struggling almost all my life to know exactly what my passion is, and finding my passion, then use it to make myself happy. And all we have been reading all the time said, find your passion and you will never work for the rest of your life. But at the same time, if you remember, we have learned about this career capital, which is reaching the mastery require relatively 10 years or 10,000 hours put on something.
Mm-hmm.
And that cumulated with this, what he is saying, what I got mainly from the book is defining a mission. And the mission is what you have found valuable to this world that you want to contribute towards. Once that mission is clearly defined, you can build the ability, or not the ability, you can build the how do I say, the skills necessary to accomplish the mission. And if you focus on building the necessary skill to accomplish the mission you are really ready to give your life for, you will reach that master, or that level of mastery, and you will become so good at the thing because you are mission focused. When he was using a number of examples, in occurrence, uh, Steve Jobs, and then he mentioned Bill Gates and mentioned so many other people who focus on accomplishing one mission. And when you focus on that and you gather all you have to challenge yourself. We talk about those things. Forget about the comfort. Remaining focused, mainly focus on the mission, and then build the attributes or the natural skills that are required to get to your objective, that will build you so, because we shouldn't forget about what the title was saying. You get built, so you get refined with time, that the value that you bring in, the skills that you demonstrate make you so valuable that you could no longer be ignored. And when I think about myself with respect to what I'm doing, I could see that when you are willing to overlook the comfort but focus on the mission, so and you remain really focused and well determined, eventually you get to a point where you will do wonder. And once you are doing those wonders, anyone in the field or anyone working around you will see you very, very valuable, that you couldn't be overlooked while you are accomplishing what you are doing. And some of the, when I was reading it, some of the things that I thought of was what Freya Arun mentioned when he talked about those Indian, that the parents select their partners for them. They don't even know them until you you are coupled with. But once you get involved, if the mission is to accomplish this goal and then build a family, and you are really ready to die for the mission, you end up loving your partner so well, and you end up building that life around your couplehood in the way that you get what you want out. And that is probably what we could say regarding almost any other couplehood. Because yes, you said the love bring you together, but when you are really determined to fulfill that union from the two to whatever ramification it's led to, family, your wealth that you build, your kids, and so on, and with the mind of building or accomplishing the mission, you end up loving and being so caring about your partner so well that you it will get you to the point. So that is what I took from it. And you can please remember the example that he gave. All those who have been able to reach that mastery, they have to transcend the level of passion. And then it's the hard work. Forget about the comfort, forget about any other thing, and remain focused on the mission until you build the memory or the muscle that are needed to get the work done, and you will truly reach your goal. Thank you, guys. That's what I get.
Thank you,
Thank
Charlie.
you.
Thank you.
Mhm. Thank you.
Okay.
Anyone else have anything to say?
Oh, I can a few minutes also. For me, thank you, Colum, for the book. I think we definitely need to work on our computer because we are struggling since like more than 6 weeks. Without you know the presentation, I think you were ready to do it, and should help us out to show the file. So thank you again. Sometimes we get upset when things doesn't, things don't go our way. So thank you for that. You were able to present. So I have a question to start. This is, why do we work? So that's a question. I know Colum asked something before, but my note was, why do we work? And I know part of the answer will be to pay the bill, right? And I was asking if there is, if you already have enough money, uh, what will you do? And why will you do it? So that's the question I would like to first ask. If anyone want to chip in later, why do we work? And
We do work to pay the bills. Also, it's a healthy way of living. Even though you have enough money, you want to have a system that gets you out of the bed every day, and gets you to fulfill your purpose, right? So We work to pay the bills, but we also work to fulfill that purpose. Like Chriselle said, she love her work, her interaction with the patients, right? That's that's a fulfilling work for her, right? So that's one thing that get her out of bed. If it's only the money, if she could get the money somewhere else, right? Or other way, other than going to see those patients. So we do work to pay the bills. However, it's kind of fulfill that purpose, that's ikigai, getting us out of the bed. That's one my my answer.
And anyone want to try it again? I don't have the answer though.
Yes, what I could also say is almost what uh, Tata Colombo is saying, that you have or I would say beyond that social aspect of
Mhm.
human to have a sense or have a purpose of his or her life. Yeah, it's again defining the mission that you want to accomplish. Beside willing or being willing to do to fulfill that social aspect of human life, that defining the goal, defining the mission, or finding the purpose of your life. That purpose of life has to become a mission that you want to accomplish. And when the mission is clearly defined in your brain, anything else around it do not matter. And when you are talking about mission, nobody will have a mission of just paying the bills. So that
Yeah.
is what I want to say. No one. So
Nobody
we will
wants to
have
pay
a
the
mission of
bills.
accomplishing something and then going for the thing. Yes, along the line, we will pay the bills, but beyond the bill, then if you still have the mission, which will still be there, you will move ahead and get it accomplished and put your sweat and soul in to get across.
I was just gonna say you'd be surprised how many people work here in the United States to pay the bills. Like it's from paycheck to paycheck, like most
Yeah.
percentage of American. But that's just
Yeah.
just um I think this question goes back to the um Maslow, the hierarchy of Maslow. Um Psychology. I think it depends on really where you are in life. There is the triangle. Um, if you are in the middle, the reason why you work will be different from someone who is transcendent, like upper top. The reason why they work is is a definition based on where you are in life, and everyone is at a different level. I think even your partner may be at a different level than you are. So that's what that question makes me do. So thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me
Mhm,
add something on it. Why
mhm,
do we work? The people have different reason why they are working.
mhm,
And the first one that we is maybe 90% of the population is the financial necessity.
Mm-hmm.
We are working to pay bills. That's obvious. But beside people, other people, even though that after they win lottery or they have a lot of money, they still work.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Because there are still other reasons, and some of them might be personal fulfillment, because he want to be like that. He want to be. Go and ask ex Madame Bezos why she's still working, because she can eat money or spend for 130 times her life, but still she want to work by donating So it's her personal fulfillment. And some of other people, even though that they have money, they want to grow, to have a professional growth, because they
Mhm.
say, oh, if I work, then I will have my PhD, I will have my tenure, I will be a director. So that's another objective. And the last one that Ikigai normally advise us is the social interaction.
Mhm.
You see people, they retire today, and 2 weeks later they will go back to the same office and say if they have anything that they just want to get out, they just want to interact with people. So that's what I think there are 4 points: financial necessity, personal fulfillment, professional growth, and social interaction.
Yeah,
And I mean, with
I
that,
agree.
we will not us how say, because he adds in the question whether if you have money, are you going to still work? Yes, because if one of these reasons is pushing you to work, you will be working. But trust me, if I can have my financial necessities settled, I will have at least 2 or 3 years vacation before I can think about working again.
Uh, it's because
So
you don't. That is why you are thinking about it. And then probably after three,
So
4 months, you when you were
so
asking the question, there was one which was obvious. Why is Bill Gates working and working so hard?
Yeah,
That is,
is personal fulfillment. He want
yeah,
to erase a disease. He
yeah.
want to do this one. And recently, I heard that he got involved with her daughter's startup by being an employee again.
Mhm.
So you see, it's no longer a matter of money, but it's matter of personal fulfillment. I want to help
Yeah,
my daughter. I want to achieve this. I want to achieve that. So
yeah.
yeah. That is it. The money aspect is one, but once you have certain mission defined, you want to
mhm.
get them accomplished, and regardless what other conditions are satisfied or not satisfied, you just move towards getting that mission accomplished. Yeah, those are the 4 points you mentioned, and I share that too.
okay. So yeah, like I say, I don't have the answer. I just have the question because I know work has different meaning depending on the civilization, right?
Mhm,
It's different thing for different people living in different places, right? So
mhm,
that's why I asked that question, why do we work? Now to comment a little bit about the book, like Charlie, I still don't know exactly what is my passion. I'm still working on it, try to figure out what is my passion, and then I will know what I want from my life. I'm still working on it. So beyond, don't be scared if you say you procrastinated. I'm still working on it. I still haven't found it. Now,
Procrastinate on your homework.
no, I'm not saying to put, but I say it just a continued discovery.
yeah.
Like, right. So if I go back a little bit in the book, when he talking about career capital is critical. But for me, my takeaway is like if you want to be fluent, you want to be like have kind of expertise in something, spending 10,000 an hour or 15,000 an hour. I think the ultimate goal should be to become the owner, not to be a worker for someone. My career goal should be to be independent. Even though my personal life, I still don't know my passion or what I want, I know that I don't need a supervisor. I know that that one is clearly defined. Like my boss is out for vacation, I have less stress and I can do so many stuff. But when they're there, so I know that one. So our career goal need to be owner, not to be a worker for, but the owner of. That's what will be. And now I just want to go back also in the example you gave on like the welder. If we take back trying to mimic Beyond, I want to link this to that book, Acre of Diamond. I don't know we read it or not,
No.
but they say like every job they have greatness within them, even if when it comes to money. So if you take welder, it might be like something popular for just high school, but you have professional welder, the one who build like the platform and the golf, some model welder, and they get paid very, very high rate, right? But you have general welder. So still, whatever we pick, we can be strong at it and make a business of it, right?
One part of the book, he said that you have to get out of your comfort zone. So if
Right.
you are a general weather, you have to get out of comfort zone and learn more skill to become that.
A different one. Okay, okay.
Exactly.
So if that's the case, we
Exceptional.
yeah, you have to build some skill. But just to say, when we read Acre of Diamond, like whatever small you're doing, if you try to create a difference in it, you'll be good and you have your, your life bill pay for if money is your goal in life, right? So, but I'll stop there. I have more questions than answer, like listening to the book about all of the things he talked about through. So, but for me, the career goal should be to become an owner, but not everyone is willing to be one because it's very difficult. Thank you.
Thank you, Thomas.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mm.
Okay. And
Steve is not in? No.
Steve is not available.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's not
Okay.
available.
Okay. No problem. Yeah. I think that's all I have from my side. Even if we read Echo of Diamond.
No, we haven't.
Nope,
Okay.
that
No.
doesn't sound familiar.
Okay.
Personally, there were a lot of books too. I don't know, maybe if you go through this stuff, but there were books that I also
You sent me.
posted. Yeah,
Yeah.
that I posted on our um, WhatsApp. I can go back and find them, and then um, like the minimalism or something. I know there are a couple books that I
You sent
posted
me.
there
I haven't.
quickly.
I have an update. I will do.
Okay,
I
no
would do
problem.
because right now it look like we have only 1 month book, so I need to
Okay,
update. And we got to check also is Joshua coming back. It seems like he's working
Yeah.
on Monday night or something like that. So that's why he's not coming. So I'll check with him if his schedule is just as is for every Monday. Then we'll schedule without him and we'll move on. Okay. So Chriselle, yeah, I will go through the book that you sent me. Columbus also sent
no
some.
problem.
Yeah, I will
Thank you.
take care of it. Yeah.
Okay. 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 Bien.
Hmm?
Okay.
You
Anyone
go.
else?
Yeah, one thing that he mentioned, and I also it also struck my mind was the hobby. That most things that we say that they are the passion are our hobby. And like when Tata Kono was talking, that okay, her passion is to teach. And I thought of the that part of the book when he said some of those things are hobby, and we have them and they will not give us the living or other requirement that we have in life. So
Yeah.
if teaching could have it like a hobby that you could do, but what you do, you could build yourself beyond a point that you could, tu ne peux pas passer inaperçu.
Yeah. That's
Too
what.
good to be ignored. Yeah,
Yeah. That's the title of the book.
that's exactly the title of the book. You could not, you get so good at it, but as you said, pass beyond your level of comfort. You see that guy playing guitar and how he quickly moved. The other one remain at the high school level where they are for 6, 7 years. It remained stagnant. Other one who was pushing and then getting the feedback, noticing his errors, correcting them, and pushing beyond his level of comfort, pushing, you will become exceptional. And that exceptionalism is what he's talking about by building it as a craft. So we can have our passion, our hobbies on the side, but fulfill our life missions by pushing beyond the recognizable level and then do extraordinary things out of what we really learn.
Okay.
Thank you.
I think the author is has a reason, and when we by experience we know that he's true. But at the same time, as Shira was explaining, we had to be careful to manage our own life and the work, because if you follow the work, there's no more your personal life with the work, or any time that you want to work is like being in 16 hours a day, and sometimes you might have other mental issue coming from it, because we had to balance as well. And who will deny what he was preaching is to compare ourselves from when we start doing this book presentation. I mean, when we start is almost 2 years now, and I'll bet that everyone, each of us, has improved how to communicate, how to just talk out of the blue, to maintain conversation is very important, especially in English, where English is not our first language. So
That
we
is
are we
true.
are we are practicing what he's preaching, but at the
Yes.
same time we have to be careful not to go overboard, to just work, and then you might have some issue later on. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, special. I would like to say special thanks to Beyond because last 2 weeks he was the first to intervene. So there is a
Good job,
quality.
Dion.
Yeah, there is
Mm-hmm.
a
Good
quality
job.
change
Yeah,
Beyond.
keep it up.
Yeah, and he's going on and
Good
he
job.
elaborate. And we know he's gonna improve. Maybe yeah, talk maybe 2 minutes inside of 30 seconds. But it's great. Whatever you're doing, Beyond.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Keep going. Keep
So,
going.
and that is what Frere Arun just said. We are all improving. We are
Yeah.
all improving. It's been a journey, almost 2 years. Yeah, and the amount of information we have put in, what books do is you take so much information, and sometimes you don't even remember from
Which
which
one?
book or where you got it from. But it is part of your life, and
Mm-hmm.
it helps shape anything that you do in your life easily.
That
Yeah.
is true.
With the book club, I learned so many
Was
stuff,
going as I
but
was
especially I learned how to
great.
listen.
Yes.
I learned how to listen.
That's
Oh,
awesome.
yeah.
A
We
lot of
also
stuff.
learn how to listen. Yeah. Be patient. Focus on what we are listening to rather than what we want to say next.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm.
Okay.
That's really good.
Okay. Okay. So next week, Beyond will present us, and it is given. Learn to manifest your desires
Mm.
by Esther Hicks.
So
And
Hicks.
Yeah,
Steve gonna introduce him if Steve
yeah. I'll
good to
pass
see
the
you.
message.
Mm.
Okay.
Okay.
And after next
Thank
week it
you.
will be Steve, the little book of Taigi, the Danish
Okay,
way to live well.
I'll
Mm.
deliver that one too. Thank you, sister.
Okay. I think Beyond, you want to close?
Hmm. If anyone else doesn't have anything to say, it's me. Things adjourned.
Thank you.
Thank
Being
you, Bill.
Thank
adjourned.
you.
Bye.
Thank you. Have a good
Thank
night.
you,
Yeah,
Beyond.
good night,
Thank you,
all.
Beyond. Yeah,
Bye.
bye.
Take care.
Good night,
Bye. Yeah.
everyone.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.